Black Friday, is it normal or are the prices less than normal? The prices vary. Number one, this is like there's a couple things here, Don. Number one, I think the cruise community blows out of proportion how lucrative Black Friday is. There have been Black Friday deals in the past, and unfortunately, it's Black Friday has become this like, oh, wait till Black Friday, wait till Black Friday, wait till Black Friday, because historically some of the better deals were during Black Friday. But Black Friday is not the end all be all, and it's certainly not necessarily going to be a better deal or a crazy good deal. This is why when people ask me this question, Matt, how do I get a lower price or the best price on the cruise, drink package, Wi-Fi? What do I always tell them? I never tell them wait till Black Friday. I always say book as early as you can, reprice up till your final payment date, and that's really what you should do there. So is it normal? Yeah, this is pretty much how it always is. There are some cruises and some itineraries in which there are really good deals out there. Others, not so much. Just the way that it is. And that's why you should never, ever, ever try to time a sale or wait for a sale. Book, lock it in, and change if there is a better price later on. Somebody wants to know, how am I liking the ship? So I'm on Celebrity Apex, my very first celebrity cruise. It's a beautiful ship. Really, really nice. I had no real concerns about the ship's quality or aesthetics. It's a pretty ship. It's very nice to go through. There are things I like about Royal Caribbean better, things I like about Celebrity better. But I got to say that it's interesting being on a different cruise line. I mean, it's still owned by Royal Caribbean, but there's if you're in the hallway, it looks just like a Quantum class ship. You really can't tell much of a difference. And there's little touches that are like, oh, that's on Royal Caribbean, that's on Royal Caribbean, right? But then there's so many other ways that it's different. And especially when you're in the public areas and some of the, I'm sitting here I'm in the spa cafe. I'm here in the solarium, and you can tell the seating, it's a little more plussed up, which is really nice. So I'll do a full review of it, obviously, here on YouTube and over at RoyalCaribbeanBlog.com. But we're going to share more of that as we go through. But I don't want to jump to any early conclusions because this is only day 3 of the cruise, so I've barely been on here. But we're having a really, really nice time. When you book a cruise on Royal Caribbean and buy the insurance, does that automatically cover medical evacuation? No, not automatically. And that's why you need to look at the travel insurance plan. This is a really good question, April, because a lot of people assume, oh, I bought travel insurance, it covers everything. No, not necessarily. Read the policy. You've got to look at it. And Royal Caribbean's travel insurance that they offer through the cruise line, I'm going to say, in my opinion, this is my opinion now, it's not the best out there. It's not the most comprehensive out there. Let me rephrase that. It's not the most comprehensive, most inclusive travel insurance plan out there. So consider that along with other plans. There's some good websites out there, insuremytrip.com, travelinsurance.com. They basically aggregate quotes for you. I'm sure they get a commission or something, but they just, kind of line it all up for you and explain what's covered, what's not covered. So, April, do not assume that, oh, I bought travel insurance through cruise line. It covers all those scenarios like the one you're describing. It may or may not. You need to look at the policy. So, good question. Tips for excursions or exploring there. Ship docks overnight, so you can get on and off anytime. How's the area? Yeah, so when your ship is docked overnight, like it is in Bermuda, it is like a floating hotel. Come and go as you please. You want to leave at 3 a.m.? Sure, you can do that. In terms of what there is, so right where you dock in the Royal Navy dockyard, it's like more of a touristy area. I mean, there's not much going on. You're not going to see many locals. Like it's really just a cruise area, which is fine. Nice to walk around. There's some shopping and some dining. But I think most people end up going elsewhere. So I would say this: what you want to do in the daytime is go to Horseshoe Bay. That's the pretty pink sand beach everybody goes to. It's really, really nice. If you're looking for dinner, I would take the water ferry over to Hamilton, which is the major city, and go have dinner over there and take the water ferry back. But everyone uses the bus to get around otherwise. What is your favorite hidden gem or favorite thing to do at Coco Key? Ooh. Well, I love the secret sandwich, or the mozzarella sticks in general at the Snack Shack. The Snack Shack is a vastly overlooked, underrated free restaurant. The food there is fantastic. I could eat there every day. Snack Shack is wonderful. And Harbor Beach. A lot of people always flock to the other beaches, Chill Island or South Beach or the Cocoa Beach Club. But let me tell you something. Harbor Beach is really nice and a lot less crowded than the other beaches. So something to look forward to. Is a cabin update worth it for a short cruise itinerary? I mean, James, you might have seen my video I did the other day in which I spent $7,000 to stay in a Royal Loft Suite on Allure of the Seas for 3 nights. So worth it is a very subjective question. Here's what I'll say, James. It's your vacation. It's your money. You work hard. You can make the argument, yeah, why not? Splurge, treat yourself. You can make the other argument, no, save that money, spend it on something else, like another cruise or a drink package or a shore excursion or something else that'll plus up your experience, right? Or add on to your experience or lengthen your experience. There's an argument made there. Both are very valid arguments, but there isn't a right or wrong answer. It's really a matter of what is your, let's say, again, the numbers obviously will vary, right? But it's $1,000 difference. $1,000 means a lot to some people and not so much to a lot of other people. It just kind of depends on you. And I've stayed in inside cabins and balconies and suites, and I can tell you that there's good arguments to be made either way. It's a matter of just what you're comfortable with and what you can afford and the reasons why you're doing so. So that's my wishy-washy answer to do you. 12 days till my first cruise, I was gifted the key. What does the key do? You essentially get a couple different benefits for it. Number one, you're going to get priority embarkation. So when you get to the port, there'll be a special line for you as a key member, which means you'll be able to get on the ship probably a little bit faster. Once you get on board the ship, there will be a special place to store your carry-on items. You'll also get a special lunch just for you at a sit-down restaurant or the main dining room, which has sit-down restaurant food, but it's only for key members. You're going to get the internet package for every person who has the key. And you're also going to get special times to go to certain activities on your ship, like the rock climbing wall or water slides, things like that. It depends on what ship you're going on. So you'll get a full list in your cabin, exactly what they are. But the best benefits are on day one. The priority embarkation, the ability to store your carry-on stuff, and the lunch on embarkation day. Going on Anthem of the Seas December 10th, it's sold out. Will that ship feel crowded or is it spaced out fairly well? It's spaced out fairly well. Every ship you go on these days is sold out. Miller time. It doesn't matter what ship you pick. And if it's not sold out, there's like 3 cabins left that are not sold or something like that. They all sell out. So that's by design, and they're just literally designed to not only sell out but also space things out. Will you run into lines? Sure, you'll run into lines on any cruise ship. It's more the fact that again, there's a lot happening, and they try to disperse crowds as best they can. So I think you'll have a good time, but it's not going to feel like you have the ship to yourself by any means. Does the Wi-Fi work on board really well? Lately, yes. Since Starlink and they've tweaked some settings, the last couple of cruises, it has been really, really good. So I would say, yeah, it's still satellite internet. You're still in the middle of the ocean. There are still times where it'll drop out, but it's pretty responsive, pretty quick. I'm impressed by it. Is there any way to check the weather on my cruise? They'll print the weather in the cruise compass. Obviously, the internet package is the way to go. But David, in most cases, the weather forecasts in the Caribbean are useless. They'll be like 50% chance of rain, which is totally useless. Like today, they said it was going to rain in San Juan, 90% chance. Guess how much it rained? So it could rain, it might not, but I wouldn't worry too much about it. Glad to have you all here. We'll be back next week right here on YouTube. Until then, have a great week, everybody. Stay safe out there. Do something fun, like plan and book another Royal Caribbean cruise. We'll talk again very soon right here on YouTube. Bye, everybody.